Hello, hello.
Beautiful day, sunny,
Ish.
55 degrees.
It's wonderful. We're going to have a wonderful day today.
Yes, we are, because
Yes.
we're setting our intention to have a wonderful day. A wonderful day. Yes?
Oh, sorry. I've got to speak now.
No,
Right.
no, you don't.
Okay.
It just looked like
And
you were about to
everybody's
speak.
happy. And you? Off you go. And yeah, very nice. Gee, all these years.
And are we looking up
No,
into
we're
the
not.
faces of the people who are watching?
I don't care
Of the
about
one
them.
person, you, who's watching. Please watch us till the end, because otherwise, well, you don't care, we don't care.
Right.
We do care, do we? I was talking to my brother who lives in Cambridge yesterday,
England.
and we were talking about Israel and Hamas and everything, and he sent me an email, and he said there's a guy called Yuval Harari, and he was a guest on a podcast called The Rest is Politics. And he gives a really good background on the whole thing, and from the perspective of a Jewish person with family in Israel. And so I can't talk about everything that is on that podcast. So if you're interested, go see Yuval Harari on The Rest is Politics podcast and get your own update. But what I want to talk about is beliefs.
And how bad they are.
Yeah, well, we all have our own beliefs, and they're, we know this, and we know that if you live in China, you will have these certain beliefs. If you live in America, you'll have these certain beliefs. If you live in Sweden, you'll have certain beliefs. If you have these parents who are Republican and love Trump, you'll have those beliefs. Parents that love Biden and Obama, so it's all based on these beliefs. So how do we get outside of our beliefs, which are literally not real? They're put upon us. I mean, they're real, and we are just imbibing them, where they've been put upon us because of the state of our birth. How do we get beyond that and see the bigger picture? That's what I want to talk about.
Or do you want me to?
Oh, if you have something to say,
Of course I do.
well, do
Yes.
it then. Go for
These
it.
are my beliefs, that I'm superior to all other human beings.
What a... I'm swearing off swearing, so I would have called you a...
No, don't, and there we go.
See you next Tuesday, I would have called you. Yes.
So, to me, well, it starts with, what I always springs to mind is curiosity. Mm-hmm. Inquiring about. Mm-hmm. Why is that? Who said that? Did that make any... But it comes from an instinct that what is being said doesn't feel right. Mm. And then I go into, so now I'm going to have to search through and try and find out what really is the truth. Mm-hmm. Because there is no truth. There's just everybody's points of view and beliefs.
Yes.
So how do we do that? Well, I try and look at different perspectives and different things, which is difficult, of course, sometimes, because some of the things that are said are so horrendously nasty that, again, I have to go, I suppose, with my internal humanity clock that's ticking away, and then it goes, oh, that's right, yes, I get that. You can't do that, because that's the whole of my body responds to that.
Your gut feeling.
Yeah, but I've got to be careful of that, because my gut feeling is based on, back to what you said,
Your beliefs.
the indoctrination that I've had as a kid, as a school and diddle buddle whoa. So I've got to keep doing this. Why? How? When? So that I can go, okay, I've done my little research, so I feel happy enough of saying that. But even then, I've got to watch the research that I do, because if all I'm researching is Fox News, I'm back to square one again.
Well, and I find that I don't actually like listening to people that go against my beliefs. I don't like listening to Fox News. I don't like listening to people who are spouting opposite to my beliefs. So mainly I don't even hear it.
Right. Yes. And that, again, is a tricky one, because I don't mind listening to Fox News.
I don't like it.
If what they're saying has any semblance of
Going with your belief?
no, any semblance of reasonableness, human beingness.
Got you, yeah.
Because they, in fact, most of them never really say anything. They're just doing this,
Right.
this mist of stuff and appealing to people's fear.
Yes.
So I get that now with watching, well, also CNN and MSNBC and everybody's doing it. Mm-hmm. How to win an argument is to appeal to people's fear about what they think might possibly could happen because of people, religion, money, do. So we go into that. And then I can sit back and go, you see, well, I've told everybody, now they know the truth. But there's no truth. It's just hyperbole and fear, because they've worked out, the media and politicians and diplomats, that fear can get you anywhere you want in the world. If I can play on your fear, I can make things happen.
We've got the fear thing, yes. You want to say fear one more time? I think it's also that they talk louder and blusteringly, and that they really believe what they say is true, and they say it with such
Anger.
Anger and commitment and passion that, there's a feeling like, well, it must be true. It's wild.
But it's appealing to that nasty little part of the human brain.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the animal brain that just wants to survive.
Fear.
Yeah.
It's about the fear. And the other thing...
Shall I just leave now? Or?
No, don't fear. I'd let you don't fear about fearing about leaving.
Right.
Well, sometimes... Do you think sometimes you can run on a little bit?
Says the person
Can
who
you...
runs on and on and on. Not only a little bit, but all the time.
Very
Talking
good.
all the time.
Very good.
But off you go again. What did you want to say now?
You were so rude.
I am.
And I'm rude
but
too.
I love it.
I love it too. Yuval Harari said, Hamas was a crime against humanity, but he also talked about, and an ex-son-in-law of ours is a Muslim and very about the Quran, and really believes that there is another life after death. And Yuval Harari talked about how people in Hamas actually love the idea of death. I mean, dying and going to the next world has got a stronger sense of reality than being in this world, which is why they can die so easily and, can... death
use
to them.
themselves as walking bombs.
Thank you very much. Yes.
I thought I'd get that out.
Thank you. No, because I love it.
But
it made it all sense. And when I've sat for hours listening to our ex-Muslim son-in-law talk about Allah and all of this, and parts of it are amazing. I mean, the Quran is amazing. There's lots of wonderful bits to it, and peace and love and kindness, and he was on many levels peaceful, loving, kind person. And then there is this other level, which is another world. And Christians as well have this, heaven. I mean, who was it? Graham, the big guy who believed that heaven was paved in gold, and you'd be riding around in a gold limo, and
good Lord,
wow. Like literally that the pavement is gold, and in heaven you will have everything that you don't have here on earth. Which
is the same thing as the Muslim.
Yeah, yes. It's absolutely the same thing.
I don't think the Torah talks about that.
I don't know.
About life after death. I think they're pretty okay with you just die. And your energy goes out into the world.
Right.
But I think the problem with religion is along the way they've set up rules. And the law is nonsense rules, like if you plant the tree on Sunday, they can stone you to death for, and if you wear 3 different kinds of material, they can kill you for that. So I think it's all man-made.
Yes.
Which is why I don't believe in God. I think it's just men making up stories.
Right.
And again, bringing it back to fear. The Catholics are original sin, and we were born in sin, and it's like, really? Wow.
And I don't really know why any women would go for God or the Bible, because there's hardly any women in the Bible, and the ones that are in the Bible, well, there's those 2 daughters that got their father drunk so that he would impregnate them, screw them, literally incestuous. So there's that kind of stuff that goes on, and then, like you say, I remember your Nana Brian talking about when you were pregnant and after you'd had the baby, you had to go to church to have your sins cleansed of this horrendous thing that you'd done. I mean, it's giving birth, for God's sakes. And so there's a lot of, and why God? Why does it have to be Father, our Father? I mean, we used to say that prayer every day at school when we went to school, you and I.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes, kindergarten, for Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
It doesn't matter which one. If it's Christianity or Muslim or the Talmud, it's all men.
It's always a man.
Mostly.
Muhammad,
dictating
Jesus.
what's going on.
And nothing against men, but come on, we need to have some female energy in there. I'm not sure if you would have all of these wars if women were in charge, because we do give birth. We give birth to sons, to daughters. I'm not sure we would send so many of our sons to war if it was up to us.
But again, it's based on, I hate to say the word, what
Yes.
could the word be?
Fear.
There you go. So it works every time. Let's have a war. Hey, things are going too well in our country. Let's have a war. That always works.
Well, I have to watch.
Our good old America, which we live in, and I am a one, we've just been in war for the last, I think, 86 years we've been in war.
And
of one kind or another. We spend more money than China and Russia combined.
On our war.
It just goes on and on. But we can't have food for children in school. We can't let them read any book that might offend their sensibilities about how great white people were. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But but to me, it's all about, we talked about why are we doing. If you're not inquisitive, if you don't want to push against things, you're just going to be one of the going along with the flow.
Yeah, don't really find out what's really going on.
Oh, and it's hugely difficult to find out I don't know what's really going on. I can make a guess and my opinion and my belief, but none of us have any idea what's really going on, other than we believe that we have societies that are more and more developed into thinking about yourself only, which I think is incredibly sad. But that's and then 20 years from now we'll all be wonderful, happy people. But at the moment we seem to be going through, not just here in America, but in Europe and everywhere, it's all about you and what you can get and what you get. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and bullshit like that. Horrendous things that we get people to believe, and the people that can't pull themselves up by their bootstraps because they don't even have a boot end up hating themselves, hating other people,
Unseen.
Because
you do go on a little bit.
I've got
sometimes.
to make a joke now about there was a Jew, a Christian and a Muslim walk.
God. Not funny. Too soon.
Please. Right.
Well, and you know what? Sometimes when you rabbit on, like you do, I have a thought and then it goes. I'm like, oh, crikey, that was a really good thought that I had.
You have to think more, you see.
I need to maybe jot down my thoughts.
Yes.
So there is nothing wrong in putting yourself first, because I think for so many women out there, certainly of my age, we did not put ourselves first. You know, we were the home carers that didn't get paid. We still don't get paid for looking after children mainly. We maybe get a little bit here and there.
You do in Europe.
Yeah, a little bit, but not
Yeah.
hugely. We certainly don't get compensated for the work that we do of bringing up the next generation.
Well,
Teachers don't get paid. Nurses don't get paid. You know, there's so many, and they are primarily women. So we have to put ourselves first now.
but it's the way and how you do it.
Yeah, of course it's the way and how we do it. So I think that this is the pendulum. The pendulum always swings.
Pendulum. Swings, yes.
And right now it's in chaos and it's just shh, you know.
It's all over to the
The
right.
amazing thing is, and that I love about this time on Earth, is the technology that we are able to hear many different points of view. Like if you go on The Rest is Politics and listen to those guests on there and curiosity. And so I think it's amazing. We just have to make sure that we don't go with our fearful beliefs. Be curious, stay engaged, listen, be willing to see the other person's point of view.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at different televisions in different countries. What's going on in Britain? What's going on in France? What's going on in Germany? What's the, and I've forgotten it. The Arab television is...
Yeah, I can't remember it.
but I should know it because I listened to it. Oh,
It'll come back to you after we've
sad.
switched off.
yeah.
Sorry.
Get everybody's point of view and then make decisions based on how you feel physically and mentally and spiritually about what has just been said.
Does it begin with Al, the Muslim? Al-Khazir.
Yes. Oh, God. Anyway.
Yeah, like that.
Really great people on there talking about their truths.
Yes.
And then you listen to the Israeli people about their truths. And it's like, wow, we're
And
so
it's all
far
true.
apart.
And to them, it's all true.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
back to
everybody
beliefs.
believes what they believe.
So whatever it is that you believe, step outside of your belief and be willing to
Be
see
inquisitive
other
about
people's
it.
beliefs.
Yes. Check it out. And we love you very much and subscribe to everything, but more importantly to us, so that we can make millions. Right.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Is that
stop.
really... Are you fearful?
It's called humour. It'll
Never
catch on
on.
with my beloved. And say goodnight, Gracie.
Scene.